Hello, welcome to another episode of Saxophone Fundamentals. I'm Dr. Andrew Allen from Georgia College, and today we'll be talking about articulation, the art of starting, stopping, and separating notes on the saxophone. Many of you were probably taught to use a ta syllable. If so, some of you may have experienced some difficulties with this. For example, when I play with a true ta syllable, a true ta feel when I'm articulating, the results are less than ideal. Often I can get a pot tongue, which of course we don't want. Instead, you may want to think about a t syllable. This will get a much cleaner articulation on saxophone. In addition, if any of you were taught a tip-to-tip articulation, the tip of your reed touches the tip of your tongue, that's also not quite accurate. On saxophone, just behind the tip of our tongue touches the underside of the tip of the reed. Again, if you're thinking about a t syllable, this can help quite a bit. Now, for some of you, you may have experienced problems starting pitches, especially in the lower range of the saxophone. Often, we don't have enough airspeed to get the entire column of air started in the instrument for those low pitches. So if this is a problem for you, or you occasionally hear a pop or a hesitation when you're trying to perform in the lowest reaches of the saxophone, try this. First, put the mouthpiece in your mouth. Then, put your tongue against the reed. Then, blow a full charge of air behind your tongue, let your air be completely up to speed, and finally release your tongue and allow the saxophone to make the sound. Another problem that often plagues, especially young saxophonists, is incorrect articulation through incorrect usage of muscles. For instance, the tongue is intended to articulate on the reed. It's a very nimble muscle that moves many thousands of times through the course of every day when you're speaking. Very easily, it can make a bunch of repetitive motions against the reed, starting and stopping the sound. If you engage your airstream in the articulation process, often you can lead to rather deleterious results. Now, for very extreme articulations like marcato accent in jazz or any other kind of very extreme accent, you may occasionally engage your airstream. However, for normal articulations, for normal staccatos, for normal articulations of any sort, you want to keep blowing through. For instance, I get a very uneven sound when I articulate with my airstream. Rather, if I blow through and just use my tongue to articulate, it becomes much smoother and much more connected. I can still perform staccatos in this manner. And the staccatos themselves have a bouncier quality, and it's much easier to get the notes started each time because I have a full column of air behind the articulation. I hope this has been helpful for you. Be looking for the next episode of Saxophone Fundamentals. Until then, have a great day and happy practicing.